What's up, everybody? This is Jez7780 with a What Grinds My Gears car rant. Trying out this new app, see how it goes. So basically, I just wanted to address the whole E3, Xbox One E3. You know, they did a great show. I think the setup was amazing. I think, having all, like, the largest E3, the largest crowd, I think it was great. But a lot of questions, came out from E3. And, this is not going to be a jab, but, I just have a lot of questions because, Microsoft has put themselves in a very, peculiar situation. Whereas, there's some questions that arise. Like, it's not just seal the deal, amazing stuff. They bought studios. And they might be buying more studios. And I think that's great. But from their track record, we've seen what has happened with some studios, such as Rare and Lionhead. He shut them down. Even Project Dakota, that made Project Spark, Team Dakota, Press Play. They did release a lot of studios like a couple of years ago, a few years ago, and now they're trying to make up for it and doing that. But recently, with the game decisions and choices that they made, we really got to see what kind of games are going to come out of these studios. And my question is what's Microsoft's vision for these studios? Like, are they making blockbuster games with them? Are they making kind of mobile PC games with maybe a couple of these studios? What are they going to do? Because the biggest question I had out of E3 was they doubled down on gaming everywhere. They mentioned streaming. They mentioned that they're still going to make a box for people on the TV, a console. But one of the questions, not that I was really looking forward to the game, but just why Gears of War Tactics is not on Xbox. And not that I'm like, it's not going to sell, I'm going to buy it day one. But it's just perplexing because it was funny because last night, shout out to Merc305, like me and him were trying to get some Gears of War. And as soon as you boot up Gears of War 4, it says like, we have announced 3 games. The Pop Gears of War game, the Gears Tactics, and Gears 5. And I'm just like, why is Gear Tactics not a cross-play or cross-buy or like, it just makes no sense. And I understand. I think Rod Ferguson came out and was like, well, it doesn't take away Gears 5. Like, we weren't taking development away. But that's not the question. The question is just, why isn't it? If everybody should play your game, shouldn't the people that attended E3, shouldn't the people, the core, be there? Like, shouldn't that be on their platform as well? Like, it's all one platform, but I just keep seeing a little bit more PC exclusive with Age of Empires and Gears 5, with Gears Tactics, but nothing with, with just an Xbox exclusive. Like, where's the Xbox exclusive? And why is the excuse to Xbox is like, wait, games take time, wait guys, and like, why is the console owner the person that's paying for live and waiting? And meanwhile, kind of new, expansive IP or just new things are going to the other platform. Like, which is PC. Which, again, Microsoft says out of the corner of their other mouth, it's all one platform. So why isn't the game coming out of your studio on all platforms? It's just so, and this is the messaging that just drives me crazy. Where, I kind of sound negative with it all, but it's just so, like, as somebody who follows them, it just drives me crazy because it is just talk out of your left and then talk out of your right side of the mouth. Like, it just drives me insane how, everybody should play. It should be everywhere. But here's a game that's only on Windows 10 store. It's like, excuse me, like, what? Like, really? I don't get that. And that's kind of the confusing thing. I just don't understand some of their decisions. And they say UWP, it ports over, it's the shell. You put the UWP shell on a game, it goes over. But no. So when it comes back to the studios, like, what it is, their decision making and their management of studios has been questionable, and that's kind of where I think it's a great pathway. I'm excited for Windows gaming. I think, PC, Xbox gaming is definitely has some longevity to it, and Microsoft's not leaving the console space, or I believe the biggest statement was leaving gaming. I think that was the biggest thing. Like, gaming was not important to them, and I think that is where they kind of were addressing at E3. But it does leave some questions of, like, we don't know the IPs, we know the types of games these studios have been working on, and it's not going to be for a couple of years until we actually see the fruits of this labor. And in the meantime, Gears and Halo seem to be another year or two out, or maybe 3 years for Halo, I don't know, but even the big tentpole franchises seem to be just, like, taking a rest as well for a couple of years. And I don't know how long you could stay relevant in the console gaming space when you're not having heavy hitters, and your constant game every year is Forza. You turn like into the Madden every single year. You're just going to sell to the same kind of group, and without and then using third party to kind of expand your thing, but the thing expand your portfolio, but third parties available kind of everywhere, PC and PlayStation on your competition. So third party really is not the answer, and the differences are not that much drastic to say that's the definitive experience. Shadows and there's more physics in this one. You can't even. It's really wait for a Digital Foundry analysis to really tell you the number crunching, and that's not going to... And nonetheless, their demo of the X in stores is absolutely horrendous. Like, that thing is not even on display showing a before and after, or on the S and the X. They still haven't really marketed that thing very well to even demonstrate the power of it. And, that's something they really need to work on. If they really want to talk about the best place to play, then they really need to demonstrate that in stores. But some things are just very questionable, and again, it puts kind of this... I know they won E3, and everybody's like, they won E3, and Sony got bad negative press of Fortnite. Yeah, and, last year they announced the most powerful console in the world, and Minecraft and things like that were also, given that whole cross-play thing and making Sony look bad. But, when it comes down to it, if you have games... and you have games that people want to play, and unique experiences, that's going to triumph over all. It's going to give you some excuses to kind of be like an ass, or just be like, we sell the most, and we're free on this thing, to give them that statement because they can. So, it's an excellent move forward. I think, they had an excellent presentation. I still think there are a lot of questions and a lot of kind of things that we need to wonder about again. For me, I'm not like 100. I'm not like, oh my God, that's it, we're back. Because when you look at it, it's still a problem for the next year or two that we still don't know what's coming. And if Crackdown comes out in February, once Forza we know comes out, Crackdown is still a question mark in February. Who knows? That thing wasn't I didn't even hear any demonstration. I didn't see they even have multiplayer demonstrating. No beta announcement at all. I didn't hear of any big Crackdown footage coverage on any E3 thing. So that's still a question mark. So, the fact that Microsoft's still relevant is good, because I think that was the question, relevancy. But the fact that they're back and competitive, I think that is a long road to see. Because, I was saying this earlier, 2 to 3 years. Go back, look 2 to 3 years. Like, look how much has changed in the past 2 to 3 years. Like, Battle Royale games 3 years ago wasn't even really a thing, and now it is a thing. So when you say, we'll be relevant 2 to 3 years from now, who the hell knows what the gaming landscape would be? Maybe Amazon just shows up in gaming next year. Who the hell knows? So, to say trust us, we're gonna be great 2-3 years from now, that's a gamble because we don't know what 2 to 3 years is going to bring. Apple might just announce a console and break the internet. Who the hell knows? But, for the here and now and for the immediate future, that's where the Sony and Nintendo are just bringing the heat with games that are unique experiences. And I wish Microsoft used some of that money to kind of grab some, third-party exclusives to hold off while we wait for their first party to start coming up. And Sony did that early on this generation with indies and kind of exclusive deals. I think Microsoft should have did something like that. I know it's not in Phil's nature, but, it would have been nice to get some immediate kind of things to say, you're talking the talk, but maybe we could get some games to play while we're waiting. But, that's what it is. I think they had a great E3, but I still think there's still a lot of skepticism and still a lot of questions that came out of E3. They answered one where they're still going to be relevant in gaming, but haven't really addressed the super amount of concerns that we needed right now. Was like, let's play some games too in the best, and show the power of the X before you start announcing another console. And that'll be a thing for another day, because I think they're trying to do the S and the X and saying what it was all relevancy. It was saying that Microsoft and Windows gaming is important. Gaming is important to Microsoft, and we're investing in studios. That was the message of E3. That's what we needed to hear, but it's a way off, and that's the concern. And a lot of stuff can change from then. But again, this has been Jez7780. Go follow me over on Twitter. Sign up to this channel. I'm going to start using this app, I think, if it works out, as some quick rants rather than doing the whole setup and doing a whole what grinds my gears for an hour. But these are just like quick thoughts, and I'll build upon this. But thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon.